what sparked my interest in science was the wanting to know more about living things. That was the area that I always was interested in. So, and I knew that since I was a little girl. I mean, I can remember, first of all, loving animals. I always like animals. So that was something that was, and knowing that I didn't want to kill them. So therefore, you know, it was something, for the most part, I wanted to help them. I wanted to understand more how things interact in our environment, and how they survived, and why, for example, a saltwater fish will survive in salt water but not in fresh water, and all those questions that maybe the normal kid was not interested in. Those things really, really were of interest to me. So that started me doing all kinds of science experiments. I had the wonderful opportunity since I was a little girl to participate in science fairs. That was something our school had the opportunity, and I cannot tell you enough about how cool that was, because I had the opportunity not only to think all those crazy thoughts and then put them in an experiment, but also get recognition back that those kind of things were interesting to other people. So basically, I was a geek, is what I'm trying to say. And in a population that was not necessarily acceptable, being recognized as being good, that was good for me. I never dreamed of working for NASA. That was not something that was in my dreams, because that was not something I ever thought I can achieve. So when I came to the States, my husband, actually, he's an engineer. He came to work for NASA. And I went back to school. I had finished my bachelor, so I went to do my master's in microbiology here in Huntsville. And about the time I was finished, I applied for a job. There was an opening for a microbiologist, and I came to work for NASA. And that was one of the happiest times I remember, you know, the fact that they had thought that my qualifications were the right qualifications. And having the opportunity to work with a group of people that at the time were designing air and water systems for space station. At that time, space station was not even, you know, nobody could believe that there was going to be a space station. There was nothing about, you know, a space station. We really, truly had to work from the bottoms up to put together those systems that had never been operational before. And having that opportunity to work with this group of engineers as a scientist was interesting, because when I came to work for NASA, I spoke broken English. You know, I came from Puerto Rico. My English was not as good as it could have been. And in addition to that, I had to deal with the fact that NASA had a complete different language. It was all kinds of acronyms. So the first few months, I will sit in the meetings and thinking, oh my goodness, what have I done? You know, I don't understand anything. I don't understand anything in English. I don't understand anything, you know. And I did. It's just that I got so nervous. So it took me some time to get used to the language, the NASA language, more than the English language, and be starting to feel like I can contribute, you know, to our team. And it has been a wonderful experience, but it was not something I wanted to do since I was a little girl. That was something that was out there for other people, not for me.